Was it not I who gifted you this?
I'm afraid not, my darling.
Then who?
Surely you cannot expect me to recall everyone. We shall be here decades. Oh, you wily bastard. Fine, have it your way. Let me see. King Louis was a very generous host.
Which one?
Oh, there were so many of them. The 14th, perhaps. The one with the odd hair.
My dear, each had hair odder than the last.
You're quite right. Then the correct Louis is irrelevant. They all look the damn same anyway.
I am sure you were most popular amongst the court.
But of course. Not like that, Lance. Oh, could you imagine the child that would spawn? Christ, no! Besides, my wretched womb is on mortal bed rest for at least another 50 years or so.
Surely I can satisfy you for at least 100.
After that performance, perhaps 70.
Only 70?
Count yourself lucky, Delac. Before tonight, I would have had you at a meager 30.
Oh, you wound me, milady.
I should hope so. I shall feel that fuck for days. It is unlike you to be so lustful. It is almost as though you have abstained. Oh, my dear.
Must this era of my history be discussed as I lay here naked as day?
Where else? Did the priest not drive you mad?
Everyone makes mistakes.
Which do you regret more? Covering yourself in a miserable habit, or locking the chastity belt and throwing away the key?
You are a cruel woman.
And you are a silly, silly man. I see there have been no new murders. Maybe Merlin sensed you on his trail and fled.
I dread what new suspect they would have concocted in my absence. Ha! Mayhap Queen Victoria.
Never prone to exaggeration, are we, darling?
I cannot help it. Mary Kelly vexes me greatly.
I don't see why she should. By all accounts, you want the same thing. And if nothing else, it would be good for Fey to hold different company for a change.
What is wrong with my company?
Nothing. But you must understand, Fey is a lady. Ladies need more than, well, you.
No doubt you are right.
Of course I am. Why else would you be in my bed? Delac, what is it about this woman that has you so unnerved?
In the past, I have fought all manner of creature. But nothing, nay, no one, has caused such a tremor within me as she.
If that's what it is, remind me to thank her.
Tiberi, please. I fear recent dreams. They are of a violent hue. They make me doubt myself.
Sir Lancelot doubts himself. What is the world coming to?
A knight lives by his oaths. They do not change, just as he must not change, no matter how many lives he has lived.
You are not changed. Delac, you are the same man who wooed me all those years ago. I see it in your eyes. Now I grant you Mary is brash and ill-mannered, but she has a good heart. And Fay, well, she's your friend. As much fun as this is, do not hide yourself here, afraid. Speak with them.
You are right.
Yes.
You've had a caller, milady. I've his card here.
I've a gentleman with me, Molly.
I know, Mum.
In that case, do come in. Oh, and stop being so formal. You make my head ache.
The gentleman left his card. Sir?
Don't worry, Lance. Molly here has seen it all before. What did Mr. Whittock want?
Whittock?
He was asking for you, sir.
You know him?
Barely.
Said he'd just got back from an expedition and had something exciting to show you.
Yet more plunder to exhibit. Thank you, Molly. That'll be all. Oh. Getting dressed so soon?
It is rude to leave a caller waiting.
Oh. In that case, dress where I can see you. I'd very much like to watch.
I recognize this script. Mother?
Do you like it? She's never been a fan of mine after I proudly abandoned you. It made me quite proud, actually, so I had it framed.
Why preserve such vitriol?
Because I am petty and it makes me laugh. I sent her a photograph of it only last year, and it went down terribly well, I assure you.
Oh, is not technology grand? Whittock has one just like this in his shop.
Not anymore, he doesn't.
Ah.
I'm having it shipped home, where it belongs. Will you go?
The man studies Arthur. I would not be doing my duty if I did not heed his call. I do not know what this means, though I have high hopes.
Then there is only one way to find out, my darling. Come here.
Some queer old gentleman that nothing can dismay, who crawl about the city almost every day, and look for gay young girls to lead them all astray, and rob them of comfort and joy, and rob them of comfort and joy. Stop that racket! Go to hell and buggery! Yeah, you tell him! That's strange. On the blag, most like. Yeah, when's Captain Sourpuss back from his ladies?
I don't know. He doesn't usually disappear for this long. Idiot.
Ah! You all right?
The idiot and I cannot be parted for extended periods. It hurts.
Is that something to do with your curse?
Yes, it's very irritating. But it soon passes.
Does Mr. Dulac get him too?
He weathers them better than I.
Sir Lancelot at your service, milady.
Oh! Has he returned already? Must be why my pain's abated.
Apologies for my absence. I was riding this here noble steed into the sunset. A buxom princess in my lap.
Oh, we should not be so cruel.
See how the light shines in me hair like an angel's halo.
Something's wrong.
Lady Fey? Murder! Oh God! Murder!
There's been a murder! Murder!
He's killed again! The Ripper! Christ, not again. Lady Fey, what were we thinking?
Mary, not now. We must get to the scene of the crime immediately.
murder? Where is it?
Evening to you too.
Tell us where, and I promise I'll play nice.
Us?
Yes, us.
I heard she were found on the doorstep at a working men's club.
Do you know where that is, Mary?
I do.
Then we must hurry. We need to make our way to the front as best we can. I must be able to see. What is it?
What if it's her?
You do not face this alone, Mary.
It was 40 minutes past 12, the time you went outside for some fresh air.
About that, yeah. So, far as I could see, I was out in the street for about half an hour.
And you didn't see anyone, hear anything that had aroused suspicion?
No, sir. While I was out, nobody came into the yard, and nor did I see anybody moving about there in a way to excite my suspicions.
Thank you, Mr. Lafe. If I've any more questions, I shall... Please excuse me a moment, sir.
That's the fool who tried to turn himself invisible.
He did what?
Suffice to say, he was caught toying with things he shouldn't.
Oh, you're like a fly on shit, you are.
What are you doing here? And with Mr. Jenkins's dog?
That's my business, not yours, Mr. Leach. I need to see the body.
You're cakey, you are. The coppers only let me in after the surgeon allowed it.
Shame I can't make myself invisible. You'll just have to help me instead.
Fat chance.
Oh, Mary, think of something.
As I recall, Mr. Leach, you owe me a wee favour. It'd be an awful shame if we had to speak of your more wicked deeds in front of these policemen.
Now, Mary, no need for that. Let me see what I can do. Oh, Constable!
Do I want to know what it is you did?
Not unless you want to end up in jail with me.
What is it, Hack?
This young lady has informed me she might know the deceased and may be able to assist in the identification.
We've heard it all before, so pardon the question, miss. Do understand it ain't me intention to offend. How do you think you know the woman?
We share lodgings, sir.
She had no key on her, miss.
It's a doss house, Constable. We share the bed, you see. I stayed up for a shift, but she never came back.
Please, miss, try not to cause more of a scene. Come through now and I'll inform the surgeon.
God, you do frighten me, Mary Kelly.
No, I have the best intentions, Mr. Leach. Much unlike yourself, I imagine. Back to work now, there's a good chap. How are we going to do this? I can't be seen eavesdropping or they'll have us out for sure.
Look busy, Mary. I spy a witness even the brightest of the bluecoats will have overlooked. Back in a moment.
All was well. However, you found her safe?
I did, sir. All I did was to run indoors and ask where my missus was, because she's of weak constitution. I did not want to frighten her.
And you left the horse at the side door? You didn't move it?
No, sir. I feared for my missus and went as quick as I could. Her's well behaved, so it wasn't a problem leaving her there.
Thank you, Mr. Demetrius.
Sir, I was told to speak to you, sir.
Not now, please.
The constable were the one to let me through, sir. Said I could help identify her.
Actually, it is quite irregular for an identification to be made at the scene.
I live local, sir. I was troubled when a friend of mine didn't come home. Please.
Very well. I have concluded my initial inspection. Just do not touch anything. Look only, please. And keep a hold of the hound.
I need you to tell me what you saw.
Too dark to see, dog. But could smell.
What? What was it?
Blood and death. Strong it was. Something not from death, too. Something strange.
Strange how?
Not from us. Not from them. Not a people sent, neither. It is gone now.
When did it leave?
When we came, my master and I shouted. I was frightened.
You did well. Thank you.
So, what of it?
Merlin may have been startled away. Highly likely, given his weakened state. I must inspect the body.
You've gone balmy. How do you expect me to get you near?
You've been resourceful thus far. What's one more obstacle? You all right?
I think I knew her.
Are you positive?
Oh! How awful! Oh,
Do get a hold of yourself!
oh feeling so queer. Doctor!
The skirts remain in place. Another godsend. So unlike the others. What are these? The scent is overpowering. Licorice? Honey? Lozenges for the throat, perhaps? The dress has been unfastened at the neck. I smell the surgeon's touch. That monster has slit her throat, just as before. She looks as though she sleeps. A blessing. The body is still warm.
Ah, look at that, Doctor. All better now.
So I see.
I know her face.
Mary,
She weren't the one I touched, Lady Fey, but I still knew her all the same.
Rest assured there will be time to pay your respects.
What of the body?
There was nothing taken. Merlin must have been interrupted.
Dr. Blackwell, sir. They've sent a runner from the city. There's been another. A woman.
2 dead in one night. Johnson and I will proceed with our inquiry here. The city is well out of our jurisdiction.
It was Mighted Square, sir. Just off Fenchurch Street.
Dr. Brown, then. Best keep the police cordon. I fear they'll come in droves when the city wakes to the news.
Yes, sir.
I fear this may be the one.
Still yourself, Mary. I smell the monk's hood. Quickly, we must push on.
You sure this is the way? This ain't the route I would have taken.
Well, you aren't a killer with an entire city on your heels, are you?
That's one way of putting it, I suppose.
The monks who led us this way, I'm sure of it. I hate this city. I hate it, and I... Mary, look.
Won't you stay with it?
I fear abuse if caught here alone. The words will cause riots.
They are not your most immediate concern. Do your best to keep the rain from it. I must take this to the station.
You must think of something.
I'm not sure I can.
Anything?
Oh, God. Good morning, sirs.
Morning, miss.
Is there something wrong?
Nothing that need concern you?
Is that so? Then if you'd be so kind as to step aside, I must get to my bed.
You live in this block, miss?
Clever girl.
That I do, Constable. 2nd floor. That one. Right there.
May I ask where you've been this last hour, miss?
My dog. You see, she was quite restless. I've been walking her to try and get her to settle.
You've been out alone since you left?
I have, sir.
Did you happen to see anyone?
Of course, sir. There were passers-by, but we weren't bothered by no one in Golson Street.
Are you absolutely sure?
Yes, sir. Why? Is something wrong?
It's not our intention to alarm you, miss. But there's been talk of murders in the night.
I had no idea.
Indeed. Now, if you've not seen a soul, as you say, then can you...
Oh, sir, this talk of villains has jogged my memory.
Jews. A misspelling, though I cannot tell if it was done with nefarious intent. It appears to have been applied with chalk. If so, must have been written recently to have been seen by so few. The police were wise to protect it. Surely Merlin would not have had time for this. It is a ruse, perhaps. The cloth in the constable's hand must have lain here. The ground beneath is dry. Did Merlin discard it as he fled? The beast has been here. I know it.
And it was everywhere.
Miss, please, no more.
If you've got nothing to contribute...
That's all I remember, I'm afraid. However, I may recall something in the night, sirs. I so often see visions of this and that when my eyes are shut.
Can we take a name?
Have me down as Sarah.
Good night, miss.
Sirs?
Constable?
He's one of ours, sir. You've news?
From above, sirs.
Pay her no mind. Go on.
An order to remove the writings, sir.
Remove it? Are you quite sure?
Oh, yes, sir.
But it's yet to be photographed.
The order comes direct from Sir Charles Warren himself.
Is this a put-on?
If those are the orders, our hands are tied here. Constable...
Pike, sir.
Fetch a bucket and brush from the station. We cannot leave the writing unguarded.
Yes, sir.
I cannot, in good conscience, allow this to happen. The writing is key evidence. This is... it's wrong.
You heard your man, Bettles. Order comes direct from Sir Charles. I, for one, would rather like to keep my job. Wouldn't you?
That's not grounds to destroy evidence.
You said it yourself. There will be violence in the streets come dawn. Now, you do your duty, and I'll do mine.
What do you make of this?
The whole debacle is subterfuge on Merlin's part. He's leading the police elsewhere.
The Jews? Surely he wouldn't.
The man is guilty of a great many wrongs. What is one more? The scent continues from here.
Best leave now then, before more blue bottles show up.
Word travels fast in London, it seems. We've been beaten to it.
In that case, perhaps we should go home.
But we have just arrived. The woman in there... Oh. We have done this before, and we can do it again. Stay calm, repeat the charade, and you'll be just fine.
All right. Let's get this over with.
Need something?
No one can come into the square just now, miss.
Oh, please, sirs. I fear I know the woman in there.
How so, miss?
I fear that is my sister lying there. Ma said she never came home after lighting up.
We ain't wet behind the ears, miss.
See any green in my eye?
I swear I knew her. If only you'd allow me to look.
Join the queue of our other sisters, cousins, and acquaintances, miss. Line starts over there.
I take your general despondency to mean that we failed?
They weren't having any of it.
Without your reporter friend to aid us, we must devise another plan. And soon.
Surely, man, you must have heard something.
On my word, sir, not a thing. As a rule, I can hear the footstep of the policeman as he passes by every quarter of an hour. So the woman could not have uttered any cry without my detecting it.
And what of you, Constable?
Nothing, sir.
Sakera was correct then. I'll be damned.
Everything, all right, sir?
Yes, fine. This cannot have occurred long ago. Body is warm to the touch. The assailant could not have fled far.
We saw no one, sir. Holland and Harvey will say the same.
I cannot comprehend how this has happened yet again.
TC. Oh, Mary. It was bound to happen. The doctor is correct, it seems. There is still color to her skin. He cannot have gone far. Ah, you dreadful villain. The innards have been placed beneath the arm, as if by design. But why? Oh, the poor creature. Surely, Merlin, there was no need for such heinous violence.
The villain is a beast indeed.
Sir?
A trophy, Constable. I believe something has been taken from the deceased. A kidney, perhaps. A grisly keepsake indeed. I cannot be certain until we move the body for post-mortem.
That bastard!
Easy, lads. It's just a blasted dog.
Still in one piece, then?
Yes. The doctor believes another trophy to have been taken, the kidney. The organ is known for its cleansing properties, perfect for this kind of wicked practice.
Was it her?
I'm sorry, Mary. You did the best you could. We both did.
No, we didn't. We dossed around drinking and the like while that poor soul...
Mary, please.
Oh, it's happened again. I warned her. I fucking told her. She wouldn't listen. Why don't they fucking listen?
Now, don't do anything stupid.
I can't. I'm sorry, I can't do this!
Mary! Mary! I may or may not have lost Mary. Where did you get that?
Do you dream, milady?
Dulac.
I dream. Dark, dejected torments of a man who wears my face. Or is it I who wears a mask?
You don't know of what you speak, Dulac. It means nothing.
The truth, Morgana! If it is even within you to grant such a mercy. Or shall I continue on as the fool? Tell me!
I only ever wanted to protect you.
Protect me? You endeavor to protect only yourself.
That is not true.
Pray tell, what is?
You were the apple of Arthur's eye. The glory of Camelot. But you were a man, Dulac. Immortal man. Driven by wants and desires. A weakness I preyed upon. To break my brother's heart was all it would take. So I glamoured you in Arthur's image. And sent you to Guinevere's chamber.
My queen... I could never do that.
It wasn't you, Dulac. Not who you are now. I told my brother of this awful truth while he slept. And he awoke a ruined man.
He confronted me.
pig-headed fool. He always did think himself better than he was. Your fellow swords rallied one final time to avenge their king. You never stood a chance.
It cannot be. I remember loving him. He was my light, my king.
Dulac, please. Must I go on?
Yes. Finish.
Arthur was never supposed to die, Dulac. I only wanted the kingdom to fall. It would be just the two of us, together again, as it should always have been. I wanted you to suffer. I don't know how it happened.
In the name of Avalon, tell me it was not you!
I gave you life!
No!
It was an accident! Terrible accident! It is why you do not remember, my friend. You were like a child. I had to teach you everything. How to eat, how to sleep. So much time passed, I had hoped it was all behind us. But your mind was growing more agile, and one day you asked me what had happened. The coward in me thought of absolving myself, blaming Arthur for everything, but I couldn't. So I remained the villain, punished for her crimes.
And I became the hero.
I couldn't risk losing you to darkness. I needed you, Dulac. As you are now, surely you must understand that.
I understand. You were as selfish then as you are now. It was my life, Morgana. Mine, however wrong. Who does this now make me?
You, Dulac. You are yourself.
A monster that can never be slain.
Christ. Dulac! Dulac! Dulac? Anyone?